Yo, this is the dealer himself, I-20, chilling with my homeboy Mikey T, the movie star. You are now live on Report Card Radio.
So, I want to ask you a little bit about the situation with T.I. and Ludacris. When Ludacris released his album Theater of the Mind, he actually had a record with T.I. How did the two go on to clear up all their issues in 2008? Do you have any idea about that?
All I heard was that drama called them together and they had dinner. That's the extent of it. It never went, conversation about it never went deeper than that. The drama, T.I., Chris, and Shaka had dinner. And it was cool after that.
That's dope. So they came together. They actually recorded on Theater of the Mind. You know, at this point, where were you in 2008?
Working on Blood in the Water.
Did you ever get a chance to meet T.I. like early on back in like 2001 when you had first started working with Ludacris? I mean, he was grinding the album I'm Serious at that point.
Of course. We all from Atlanta. Atlanta ain't but so big. So yeah, a bunch of times. A million times, yeah.
What was T.I. like back then, man, before he became this ultra superstar having singles with Rihanna?
I don't really know him. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You know what I mean? Just in passing or whatever. We were always in our own world, just like I'm sure he was always in his own world or what have you. The friction was the most we interacted.
The what?
The conflict was the most we ever really interacted.
Were you aware of, were there really issues going on with T.I. and Luda, or was it really more of a record thing? Because I know that they had T.I. removed from Buck's album because of that friction.
It started with me and him. So yeah, of course I know about it. It just spilled over to him and Chris, but it started with me and him.
It started with you and T.I. Could you explain that to me?
Man, it's old. I don't really want to bring up old stuff and reignite old stuff, but it's just,
I feel you, bro.
yeah, it's just me. It started with me and him. We always have had bumped heads in one way or the other at some for a long time when we were younger. And it just, by the time it started to spill over in music and stuff, that's what really made it more public and bigger than anything. But it's just always kind of been like that. But it's dead. And it's one of those type of deads where everybody's so much older now and in such a different place that I don't think any of us are interested in like reigniting anything, if that makes sense.
No, definitely, man. I definitely feel you. I had just had no idea that it really started over you, to be honest with you, I-20.
Yeah, definitely.
So your second album was actually going to be called Blood in the Water.
Yeah, it was going to be called Blood in the Water. And then Politics of Rap. That's the politics of rap. Politics of rap. I was, Disturbing the Peace was done with dealing with Capital. They wanted to sever all ties with Capital. Capital said, that's perfectly fine with us. We hate you guys, but we're taking 20. And DTP was like, no, he's one of our flagship artists. He stays with us. And they were like, no, he comes with us. And so I was stuck in my Capital deal for 3 years and I couldn't record. I couldn't put anything out. I just had to be frozen while they worked that out. So it took me about 3-4 years to get off of Capital and then rap. Yeah. You cannot let that amount of time like go. Like if it was now, I could be stuck on a label and just stream a bunch of music and drop a bunch of stuff to YouTube and just kind of stay relevant and into people's eyes. But at this time, the only real vehicle is the radio. The only real vehicle is, MTV, BET, or what have you. And I wasn't allowed to do anything. Yeah, I was stuck on Capital. So I just was in limbo for like 3.5 years.
And you wanted to go with Elektra in the first place.
I did. So I was super pissed because their beef with Capital was because of Chingy, not me. I didn't want to go there, number one. I wanted to go with Elektra where I wouldn't have had anything to do with this.
Totally.
And because they couldn't sort it out, that was pretty much the end of me.
Can we talk about UGK for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Can you remember how the record Stick 'Em Up with UGK came about?
Man, Chris, I forgot where he met Bun B. Luda used to work at the radio station. He met Bun B somewhere and got cool with him. And then this got further solidified. If you remember earlier, I was speaking about the fact that we were on this Jay Prince compilation for Rap a Lot. And UGK was on Rap a Lot at the time. And so Jay Prince gave it the blessing to be like, yeah, do a song with them. And Bun B did his verse first. And Pimp C was hesitant, as he's always hesitant to do anything outside of UGK. But once he heard Chris and Bun's verses, then he ended up liking the record and he ended up coming on later on. But I can't remember exactly how Chris initially connected with Bun, but I know Jay Prince really had a hand in making sure it came to light.
Did their relationship go further than that?
Yeah, I mean, Bun B was with us for the first 3 or 4 albums, just always with us and connected because, of course, he's really cool with Scarface, who was the president of Def Jam South for a while.
So was that whole Texas scene, was that big for Disturbing the Peace? Do you remember anything
Definitely,
about?
because the Catch Up record was leaked there first. And so being big, we definitely got a lot of push in the Texas market. And so we were cool with a lot of Texas rappers.
You were featured on the song We Got with Ludacris, Chingy, and Titty Boy. I want to get into both of these artists in a second, their history with the label. But what do you most remember about this song? We
And
Got.
I could not believe he had gotten the beat from Juicy J. I mean, we are 36 Mafia stands for real. And the fact that he was able to get a beat from Juicy J was just incredible. And he was like, hey, come by the studio. I want you to hear some. When I got there, Titty or 2 Chainz, however you want to call him, was already there. And as soon as I heard the beat, I was like, I got to go first. I wrote my verse real quick, and I was like, I got to set this off. And I was just so excited to be rapping over a 3 6 Mafia beat.